link.
Okay, I started.
So I'm streaming in YouTube then, right?
Right,
Or
right.
IE? So I just
Hey,
have to-
actually, Mike, if you don't mind, you should see in your email the stream go up. Can you send him the
Oh yeah, I'll do
the
that.
URL, because it's then I don't have to launch my YouTube.
Yeah.
So I'll look for it in email? Or
No, no, no.
No, yeah,
He's gonna type
I'll
it in
send-
Skype. You can type it in Skype actually. The Skype chat, and then he can
Oh, yeah.
see it right
Well,
away. Then he can click on that, and it'll just launch
Can I
it.
just open up an IE then?
Yeah,
Watch
anything.
it?
If you just click on it, whatever your default browser will work.
Okay. Alright. It could be IE or Chrome, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it don't. I don't. You know, it doesn't matter. And then
I'm actually I'll type it in.
just
I'm gonna type it in. Actually, I'm just gonna put it in Steam because he has Steam up. Here you go, Kev.
Yeah, I see it.
Oh, there it is.
Yep. And then
You should have.
when you launch it, wait, hang on a sec.
Yeah, I launched it.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll open it up.
It might be.
The only
Right.
thing you might want to do, Kev, is mute
Yeah.
it, mute the volume because you're gonna hear echoes.
Got it. Alright, it's done. Yep, I see it.
Okay, you see
Cool.
like where the
Now I've got full screen. Yeah, I'm good.
Everybody ready?
Ready.
All right, if you insist.
Ready.
Meantime, I have to keep an eye on the background. I can keep an eye on the download.
Right, right. So in this view, Kevin, you see. So guys, I might like the first few minutes. Mike, I'll probably walk through my build a little bit, or walk through
With
the
Kevin?
buildings. Yep.
Sure.
So that so
Sure.
I'll be late. So in building stuff. But it's okay. I'll come back anyway.
And win it.
Did you see me running guys over with my tanks?
Yes.
That was my whole thing. I was like, use the tracks, dude.
Yeah, so the thing, Kevin, is just while we're loading. So if you look at Brian, which is Mana, Steve, Thor, and me, we're all playing a side called OKW.
Yeah.
And then Grip is playing, Dan is playing OH or Ost tier, we call it. And literally, one is the Eastern Army that fought Russia, that's what Dan's playing, and the other one's the Western Army that fought the British and the United States. And they do play very differently.
Okay.
But I think a better all-rounded side, and it plays good defense, which is probably what you're going to do earlier on anyway, is what Dan's playing.
Okay. Alright, so I'll keep an eye on it.
Well, you only see it from my point of view.
That's fine.
So the first thing you usually want to build is a barracks or barracks-looking thing, and that's what I'm going to build here.
All right, I'll back cap for you, Dan. You're in the perfect position.
Okay, thanks.
Got it.
Because you're probably a little bit behind me, right? I'm like in 21 seconds right now.
I just hit 22.
Oh, okay, cool. So that's the first building in that building. And then if you see, the first thing I want to build out of that building is a grenadier. In the meantime, I forgot to build my HMG, which I usually do out of the main building.
Okay.
Right?
Alright.
And then you can kind of, I mean, this is a little bit ahead, but what I do is I set rally points. So if you select your building and you just right click, that's where your flag is. You set rally points for where, and then I usually just set it once.
We have a fresh grenadier squad.
By the way, Dan, I know you're going to run an HMG in, but at some point we probably need to wire off that right-hand side.
Yeah.
So, Steve, you're going to definitely I'll do my best. I'm really going to concentrate in the middle and the right, but not roam too high. So if you have to go help Bri, we just go help Bri.
Okay.
And then then I usually build a second grenadier out of that building. Because, just a little bit more troops.
Something happened. I lost the stream.
Oh, you did? Yeah, I might... It'll probably come back, because I can feel it stuttering a little bit, because...
Oh.
Okay.
Did it come back?
No, not yet. I try to skip ahead. goodness.
Oh, you're coming big time over at Brian. I'm gonna have to go and help him.
Did it come back, Kevin?
Yeah, I'm back. Okay, I'm good.
So the other thing you'll notice that I do is I try to put my units behind cover, and you see if you see like these little green dots that I'm running them to. So the green dots are good because that's like what's green dots called? My full cover or deep cover? Heavy cover.
Yeah, it's green cover.
Right, green cover is heavy cover. And then if you notice if I click, some of them are white. White is no cover.
Yeah.
And then
No
yellow, right? Yellow is like medium cover.
Some.
Right.
Okay, I'm coming, Mike. I'm coming.
So
to the middle.
usually you want to make sure that you navigate to like green cover so that the guys would have the best form of defense when somebody's shooting at them. Also, the big difference is with green cover or cover itself, the cover mechanism is that they have direction. So if you notice, I was behind the wall before and the guys were shooting at me. Now if I was in green cover and the guys were actually on the other side of the wall, it actually makes no difference.
Mhm.
And then what I did here while you were out is that
We are losing a sector.
sorry, I'm just focusing on a couple of things here.
That's fine. Yeah, I'm watching.
So
Headquarters
what I
has
did
been
here while the screen was blanked out was that I upgraded to the first Battle Phase 1. I highlighted it here. So Battle Phase 1 will get me a different building, and out of that building, so you can see my guys coming back home. In the meantime, let me set up some defense over here. So my guys have come back home, and now I can build the second building, and this building can build me like different things, right? So the first building, out of the main building, your starting building, you can build an engineer or an HMG, right? And out of your second building, you can build a grenadier, which is like all-around fighting unit. That's the one that you want to make at least one or two, at least minimum two. And then there's a mortar team. I usually don't use them that much anymore. But a mortar team, watch out, Mike.
I see. Thanks, man.
A mortar team see what I did was I backed up because these guys have flamethrowers, so if I engage I backed up and let my HMG engage on them.
Mhm.
So right now I'm building something called a fuel cache. So in this building, the last one is the sniper. I don't usually use the sniper, but again, it's one of those units that I don't want to say it's advanced, it's a lot of micro. So I usually don't use it.
Mhm.
So these guys are attacking from. Oh, sorry, that was for.
Our territory.
And then out of the building that I just built, you can make these things like a grenadier. The scout cars are pretty good, but in this game, since I'm gonna play defense, I'm gonna build. This is like a half track. This is a regular half track.
Mhm.
And the half track, one of the benefits of the half track is that it can also give you what do you call that? It can also give you
Don't die.
oh, hang on. It can also give you resupply. Those guys can actually resupply in the field.
Has arrived.
Ah, man.
And then the other thing that I built out of that building, so that building has the building has a grenadier, which is a really good unit. is really strong in like anti-infantry. And aside from anti-infantry, you can arm them with like Panzerschrecks, which is an anti-tank weapon. I have like a, you know, I kind of like the anti-tank weapon, although, you know, most of the people online, they don't like it because it's not as
We can spot
powerful.
them, Mike.
Thanks,
So
man.
what I did was, with the first Panzerschreck that I mean the first Panzer Grenadier that I built, if you notice, I clicked on the Panzerschreck button. So what that helps me is like immediately I can
Do you have repair guys yet, Steve, or no?
No. I'm saving up for my second P2 first.
immediately
no problem.
what I can do, Kevin, is that I have some form of anti-tank just in case they send like some light tanks over.
Yeah.
I'm not worried. One of the things that you can build as austere is also a bunker. So what I'm doing now is that I'm building a bunker in this position over here to help the guys.
Dang it, my freaking computer, man. Oh,
Our bunker can now accommodate an MG-42.
Right. So the other thing. That is so stupid. They can do that. That mortar team is not supposed to be able to hit that
The
thing.
enemy is attacking one of our forward buildings.
So I just fired.
The building has been lost.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
okay, the repair thing is coming up there, Mike.
All right. Thank you, man.
Yeah, that's the thing is I had
We have been
to
assigned
want to
fresh Panzer
save up for
Grenadiers.
my. Oh crap!
There's a. I might go black here for a second because I know I'm struggling with the upload speeds.
It's okay.
So one thing that I did, if you notice, was that I also you can retreat your guys. So if your guys get hit, especially like with machine guns and stuff,
Watch
they
your P2.
Yeah, I see it.
they go into like suppression and pinning and stuff like that, which means that they can't move. You know, if you remember Saving Private Ryan, like the guy's like behind the wall, he doesn't, like, he loses morale and shit. So if you see your guys, like there's yellow and there's red. So if you see your guys yellow, it means that they can still fight, but they hit the ground. If you see in red, they can't even fight anymore. They're just like, you know, crying.
Totally pinned.
Yeah, they're crying and stuff. So when you're back in your base, you know, the reason I built this thing, this unit, is because what you can do is that you can actually resupply guys out of this little truck here. But then,
Oh.
if you notice, there's also a flamer upgrade to it, a flame projector upgrade. If you
Yeah,
click on
yeah.
the flame projector, you turn it into a flamer tank. I mean, a flamer half track, which is good. But then you lose the ability to resupply guys in the field.
Oh.
So the next thing I want to do is I want to, you know, upgrade to the next tier. And for the sake of, you know, it looks like those guys are doing well. So for the sake of all the units, when I get that tier, I will also build the building for that tier.
Hmm.
You know, to show you all the other units that can go with it.
Fight bravely for the Reich.
Here comes his tank.
Down to
So
200
that's the reason why I have my. So that one's a good one. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kick off this thing here, which he's gonna change into, and then he's dead. See that?
Yeah. Wow.
Right. But you know, that's, you know, I'm very used to using Panzerschrecks. I mean,
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
so So since this guy is a little bit hurt, what I'm going to do is I'm going to park my guys here. I'm going to get this guy out of the building. And if you notice, he's got 3 guys out of 4. You can click on this R, which is reinforce. You know, so once now he's reinforced, and then you kind of like put him back in the building. Buildings provide very good cover, but sometimes what happens with buildings is that buildings can be blown up. So you might not necessarily want to always have. So like this is this start is a very typical start. You make 3 grenadiers because it provides enough guys to kind of like.
Does anybody have anything for this one here, Mike?
It gives you enough firepower to repel quite a bit of stuff. You know, like you see, like I mean, they're not really hitting us that hard on my side here, which is nice. So you see how that guy turned from yellow to red? So now he can't fight back at all.
Okay.
So in the meantime, I know I'm gonna win this fight. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna build the next building, you know, which has some medium armor in it. Oh, he did like a. This is a bomb that has like it's basically a flamer bomb. So you notice my guys are dying just walking in it. So the nice thing is that I have this little truck. I can resupply guys out of there. There's also a different concept aside from resupply.
Oh man.
Aside from resupply, which is called which is healing. So if you notice that my guys, you see this blue bar up here. So the blue bar represents. Oh, they got tanks coming. The blue bar represents. So one thing nice about this game is that ambient sounds represent something. So when I heard the ambient sound, so if you have good set of headphones or something, or if you have your sound cranked up, you can actually hear echoes in the background, kind of like Saving Private Ryan, of when the tanks are coming in.
Oh.
Yeah. So like I've played it. Like Mike and I, you know, for example, like a lot of us have played a lot of it, so like I know right at the gate when I hear the sound.
Steve, I recaptured the right-hand side. I mean the left-hand side.
Thanks. I'm gonna go and see if we can.
So I already saw the AI cheating.
Right. So you see, he has a tank over here. So what I'm gonna do? See the house just burnt down?
Yeah. Yep.
Our opponents are seizing the sector.
Is that his tank? No, for his tank.
So I know his tank is right here. If you play real AI, like the tank is not supposed to be able. This is an anti. It's not supposed to be able to do that. Like, you know, kill my guy that easily.
Our foes to 100 points.
Oh, there's a lot of guys over by.
Alright, so let me show you a little bit of.
The enemy is taking our territory.
So in this other building here, let me show you what we have. You have a Stug, which is an assault, you know, so it's kind of like a big gun.
Why is this? Why? Okay.
It's like a gun mounted on a, like an AT gun, mounted on a just a little tank platform.
What's that? Oh, cool.
Okay, let me show you the other build. This is an Ostwind. This is basically a. It was supposed to be an anti-aircraft vehicle in the Germans used, but
Yeah.
what they did was they retrofitted it to hit the ground as well. So it's pretty good against stuff like
Light targets.
yeah, like infantry and stuff.
Yep.
So generally speaking, it's pretty good. And then the last thing here is the P4, which is like the utility vehicle for
Enemy is down.
oh, here's a tank. So that's trouble for me because it's a flamer tank because he knew that I was gonna. So I'm gonna adjust my troops a little bit. Okay, so let's make a couple of P4s, right? Actually, in this case, maybe we'll make a Stug. So I'll make 2 Stugs and a P4 because he's got a lot of. And I'll just buy some time because I think we're doing okay. But if they overwhelm this bot, we'll be hard pressed to make it up because they are tied up over there. So I'm bringing my guys here.
We have hammered the enemy down to 50 points.
Whoops. Right, so I'm gonna bring my guys over here. And I'm trying to attack this guy with my Shrek, see? My Shreks are
Yep,
good
yep.
against vehicles, but he's got like a flamer, which is pretty... I think I can kill him.
Ready to deploy.
Oh no, that's such cheater. Do you see that?
Let's see the flamethrower, yeah.
Yeah, the flamethrower, I shouldn't have died on that shot, but my guys like totally died.
I got it, Dan.
Thanks, man. So like this, they have like,
Enemy can taste defeat. They only have 10 points remaining.
okay, so we won the game. So it
Good game, guys.
depends on what you want to do, Kevin. So for example,
Yeah.
what I did was I kind of just showed you kind of like most of the units, like the units that are staple to the OH
Okay.
is actually the HMG, because as you can see, I put that one HMG that building. It basically could take care of like just suppressing units, making sure they don't like. It's like an area of denial type of unit. You can build bunkers and you can convert them to HMGs. With the bunkers, you can put guys in them as well. But typically, they fall fairly easily. Once you play with better players or just against the AI. So usually, I tend not to put guys in them, but you convert them.
Germany.
Yeah, you convert them into. You can convert them into 3 types. But once you convert them to 1 type, you can't go back. So you can put a HMG guy in there, which I did for mine. The reason I put it in that spot was because I wanted to protect guys. I wanted to protect the bridge because usually guys, like the AI streams guys into the middle area through that bridge. So if I put a bunker there, they can't stream guys into the bridge. But unfortunately, I didn't put it at the perfect location, so the arc of the mortar could still hit it. Online is a little like if you play against real humans, it's a little bit more difficult because like we won't have the AI cheats actually. Oh, Brian's not playing anymore, dude.
What's that?
No, Brian quit the game.
Oh, I don't know if it was intentional.
So
He has to take care of his dog.
okay, so that's the thing with that. So I would say for you, you might want to do like 1 HMG or 2 HMGs to start, because that gives you a lot of fire stopping power. And if
Bless you.
Thank you.
the HMGs, the trick with the HMGs is that did I become host? Yeah, I did. The trick with the HMG Ah, shit, wrong button. The trick with the HMG is that if you notice when I pop them out of the building, and when you set them up, did you notice like a pie-shaped arc that came up? So one of the things,
Not really.
yeah, it's okay. One of the things that the HMGs and some units need to do is they need to set up their firing positions, so they don't just like shoot in every direction. So the HMG is one of them where you set it up and it has kind of like an arc. So it's like, with the German one, the one that you have is the best HMG around. It's supposed to be the best, but that's beside the point. So there's a little arc, like a pie-shaped arc, that when you set it up, you basically right-click
I have to do it to him.
on
Yeah,
the unit.
changed.
Yeah, and then
Yep.
You'll be able to do that.
Shadow.
Now, could you join the game?
I just changed. If we play a game one more time, I want to just take a quick bio break.
Okay.
Let me do that, and then I'll let you know. Just give me a couple minutes.
Yeah, sure thing.
Right back. All right.
Because we'll do a quick, which is just the four of us. We'll do a quick easy.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be like almost.
with Kevin, and then maybe we'll just take a break until like whatever 2:30 whenever, and because Brian's gonna he's out, he's taking his dog, and then he's gonna eat and this and that. Obviously, Dan G's out.
Yeah.
I talked to Eric,
Mm.
and he actually bought the game and everything.
Okay. All right, I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, to me, it wasn't necessarily that I swapped out for Dan G. I think that's the difference with the Southern Star versus the Northern Star.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I barely did
You-
anything, and you guys just rolled.
Yeah, we really haven't. I mean, don't get me wrong. I did do, like, I played differently. Like, for example, you wouldn't have seen it, Dan, because you were helping Kevin on the other side. But I spammed LEIGs. I had 3 LEIGs.
Oh, okay.
I saw that.
So I was like, you saw that, Steve?
Yep.